going back to some really early stuff that I did. This is Guantanamo Bay, right? And this is one of the very first things that I found is if you look on the back of this shirt, you look on the back of this shirt. See the face? There's the eye, there's the eye, there's the nose, there's the mustache. See that there? See over here? See the face? The eye, the nose, the mouth. There's one there. They all have one. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them. Being shot, the picture, being shot what? Through a square, through a cube. So you got 10 of them in here. Now, what's the deal? What's the deal with the way that they're set up? See this person? So let's use this guy instead. So, what do we see? We see that he's got blinders on. He can't see. We see that he's got earmuffs on. He can't hear. We see that his mouth is gagged. He can't speak. We see that his hands are shackled, right? And you see that his feet are crossed where he can't get out. What's the purpose of that? Well, this is what jihad is. He can't speak any evil, right? He can't see any evil and he can't hear it. He can't move his hands in a gesture that will invoke it. He can't move his body in any way, shape, or form that will invoke any type of a spell. You understand? Do you get it? See the face? These are entities that are being held. And there's 10 of them, which is interesting. So this is the see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. But in reverse. In other words, you're not able to create any. We've got you tied up. Are these things that are in here, are they bad? I don't know. I'm not part of this whole thing, but I can see what's going on. I mean, this is ludicrous. You can anybody can see this stuff. These people are detained in such a manner that there is no way for them to speak, see, or hear. Therefore, they cannot communicate. They cannot create. Jihad. G. What is? Remember what the G is, right? What's the G? The G equals the Hebrew word gimel, which is the camel, right? Which always you refer to a woman with the camel toe, right? But what is it? It's the Hebrew 3. And 3 is what? Well, 3 equals center, and that equals what? And that equals what? Taught, and that equals what? And so down here, the equation would be what? It's 3 jihad. Had is the sphere of emanation. G is Gimel, and it's the number 3. That's what the Masonic G is. It's Gimel. It's 3. So these people, for whatever reason, whoever they are being held where they can't move. They can't see. They can't speak. They can't feel. They can't do anything. Therefore, they're inactive. They can't. They're ineffective. And even though it's the mind that that works on the whole thing with HOD. The energy has to be focused. These guys have to get together to create the story of the Tower of Babel. A bunch of people got together and they all focused their energy on one particular thing, and it fucking blew up. Kind of like the World Trade Center when they said failed imagination. It blew up. It didn't work. Failed imagination. It wasn't strong enough. It never. Let's equate it to this. You know, on Star Trek, when they beam those guys from one place to the other? Well, it's kind of like if you're trying to beam a thought into reality and you just don't have enough to make it happen, and so it's catastrophic. It's catastrophic. So think about it. This is some of my oldest work is right here. These faces are here for a reason. I don't know who put them there. I don't know. I never saw anybody else talk about it. I talked about this way back in 2009. And you know, now it's clear because I'm more educated on what the fuck is going on here. This is the magic square right here. This is the magic square that they're being held in. This whole thing is so far removed from what people think. It really is. I mean, it truly is so far removed from what people think. Can you tell me any reason why this guy would be bending over screaming at them? If they had all of this on, they wouldn't even be able to hear him. They couldn't move. Their arms and legs are tied. They have a mask on. They have a fucking hat on. And look at what colors they are. They're in orange. Orange is chaos. So either these things are being held against their will, or they're being held against their will and forced to do something. Not really sure. Like I said, I don't have it down 100%. My guess is, you know, I mean, we definitely know that they're being held in the magic square. That's why they shot this picture this way. Always shot in a specific way. The story is in the way the story is in the way the picture is shot. See, so you got 10 here. There's 10 of them in here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10. And so out of that 10, what do we have? Well, what do you got? You got, put that there, and then we'll take this here and add that here, like that, and then you've got and what do you get? Because this is really a square, isn't it? It's just they stretch the bottom pieces, right? And so what do you got? Well, it's the Kabbalistic tree. It's the same thing. You're looking at the same thing. So you got the 10 of them in here, and we're down here. It's exactly the same thing. So, you know, you have to think about it. Why would a photographer shoot that like that? Why are those faces in there? So, I mean, if you can come up with those answers, I mean, something along more of a line that would be more suitable for like a normal way of thinking, please let me know. Personally, I'm not seeing things. This face is here. This one is here. That one is there. Okay? This is in itself is thought form manifestation. The picture that you're seeing here is telling you a story. Most dingbats can't frickin' decipher it because they don't have any idea that this shit even exists. Because they've been taught how to think, not what to think.